Hey everyone, in today's video we're going to be doing a compatibility and fitment guide for a lot of the accessories and different components that are available for the RAIDER 365 aluminum and 365 polymer. Alright, to start us off we have the P365. This one happens to be the X macro, but basically all you need to do is take out your slide and your fire control unit and then plug it into our chassis. It'll install the same exact way and you're good to go. Right here, I have the fuse slide from SIG. It is a 4.3 inch barrel, and a few things to note with this slide is it does come with taller sights, as well as it is slightly thicker in the rear of the slide compared to some of the other P365 slides. And now this causes a few issues with the shroud on the P365 aluminum and polymer, as well as the forward optic mount. So what happens is with the taller sights, as well as the added material to the rear of the slide, will prevent you from taking the slide down unless you remove the shroud or forward optic mount. You will need to do each of those first before you can remove your slide. Other than that, the fuse slide works great. Next up, we have the XL size slide. Now, this is going to be the slide that we highly recommend you use in your build, just because there's no like quirky compatibility things that you need to worry about. It's pretty much plug and play. This one has a 3.7 inch barrel, and you can use it with or without a suppressor, with or without the 6-inch barrel, and it's good to go. Next up, we have the AXG Legion or X Macro Comp slide. Now, this is a great slide to use if you are not using the shroud on your P365 RAIDER. The reason I say that is because of the porting right here on the slide. What this does is the directed concussion from this slide can damage the shroud on the RAIDER. Again, you can use it, we just don't recommend you use it in conjunction with the shroud. Lastly, we have the standard size P365 slide. This one comes with a 3.1 inch barrel, and just like the X Macro Comp or AXG Legion slide, we don't recommend that you use this in conjunction with the shroud. The reason being, the slide with the 3.1 inch barrel sits about right here, just behind the shroud, and that directed concussion can damage the shroud. So if you want to use the standard size slides, we recommend you get a threaded barrel and suppress it, or you can pick up one of our 6-inch barrels. All right, next up we're going to talk about FCUs. So there's going to be a few different kinds of FCUs that you might run into. First one is going to be the kind that has the manual safety. This version is compatible with both the aluminum and polymer version of the 365. There's nothing you need to worry about there. The non-safety version will also work just fine in the P365 aluminum and polymer chassis. The FCU that you do need to be cautious with is the SAS version. So this one has a screw that replaces, or it's some kind of weird bolt, but it replaces the slide release on the FCU. And this bolt can bulge out the frame on the polymer 365 version, and under recoil this can cause damage, so we do not recommend you use the FCU that comes with the P365 SAS. Alright, next up we have magazines. So in order to use the 365 RAIDER, you do need the 17 round magazine minimum, but there are some larger magazines out there that you can use. We have the 25 round, and then we have the 21 round magazines. There are also a lot of different aftermarket magazines out there. We recommend using the OEM mags because they've seem to be the most consistent for us. And if you do go aftermarket, make sure it is a quality magazine. Cheaper ones are probably going to have some cycling issues. So with the forward optic mount, it is currently only available for the P365 RAIDER aluminum version. As far as compatibility goes, it is compatible with all slides with some stipulations. If you have a slide like the fuse, or you have suppressor height sights on it, you will need to remove that front sight in order for it to be compatible. And again, with the fuse slide, because of that extra material on the back, you will need to remove the forward optic mount before you can remove the slide. But other than that, it is compatible with just about every slide. Lastly, we're gonna briefly touch on suppressors, mostly because we're gonna have a separate video on this, just because there's a lot to talk about as far as getting it to function properly, and there's a lot of different options to consider when wanting to suppress your Raider. But the big thing to note here is that if you are running the 3.1-inch barrel, a suppressor is a good way to get that muzzle out a little bit farther, so that way you can use the Raider safely. So that's it for our compatibility and fitment guide. That covers just about everything that SIG Sauer currently has out for the P365. I'm sure there will be some new product releases in the future and we will test those, but for right now, this only covers what is currently available at the time of filming this video. Thank you for watching.